Governor Fubara calls for renewed commitment to national obligation, justice, equity, unity. State government begins employment process for children of legionnaires, deceased servicemen. Plus, public school building collapses in Ikorodu, local government area, Lagos State. Good afternoon and welcome to the news at 3. I am Catherine Ago. Rivers State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv online. You can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Now the news in full. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has called for improved welfare for Nigeria's veterans and renewed commitment to defeating insurgency across the country. Governor Fubara made the call during the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day ceremony in Port Harcourt, where he urged Nigerians to honor fallen heroes beyond symbolic rituals. Government House correspondent Tamana Barabi Iblobo has more.
This event marks the grand finale of the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration in Port Harcourt, with Governor Fubara joined by his deputy and other dignitaries laying wreath for fallen heroes. Against the backdrop of this solid military tradition, Governor Fubara called for a renewed national commitment to justice, equity, and unity. He said the sacrifice of Nigeria's armed forces must never be reduced to once-a-year memorial, while reminding Nigerians of the heavy price paid for the nation's peace. The governor also commended President Bola Tinubu for strengthening the military through modern weaponry and improved welfare packages, which he said have contributed to recent successes against insurgency.
I will continue to strengthen our relationship with the various military command structure in Lagos State and provide relevant logistical support to enhance the operation and well-being, including efficiency. We will also continue to advance the welfare and well-being of members of the Nigerian Legion from the states and their families through good, inclusive governance and the provision of direct social economic opportunities.
Governor Fubara pledged continued support for the military and the Nigerian Legion, directing the Secretary to the State Government to begin the employment process for 50 children of legionnaires and deceased servicemen.
I want to mention here that in line with our support, the Secretary to the State Government have been given a marching order to ensure that the employment as promised by the State Government for the children of our veterans would immediately be attended to, because it is part of our way to show our social, economic support to the family.
At the cenotaph in Isaac Borough Park, the government inspected a guard of honor mounted by the Army, Navy, Air Force, Police, and the Nigerian Legion, while also releasing the pigeon to symbolize peace. The acting chairman of the Nigerian Legion in Rivers State, Aminikebo, praised the governor for sponsoring the event and for the state government's 100 million naira donation. For many families of fallen soldiers, the ceremony remains a reminder that their loved ones' sacrifices have not been forgotten. Tamuna Barabi Iblubo, Rstv News.
Chairman of Thai Local Government Council Friday Mbakone has assured veterans in the area that his administration will promote and provide adequate welfare for them over their victory to safeguard the sovereignty of the country. He gave the assurance during this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day organized by the Council to celebrate those who laid down their lives for the country. Namdi Olemini reports that the event took place at the Council's headquarters at Sakwenwa.
Performing the wreath-laying ceremony, Mbakone Okpe said the event is organized to commemorate with the servicemen and to honor veterans who laid their lives to fight insurgency and keeping peace in the country. According to him, the council is working on a permanent office space and provision of 500,000 naira each to the widows of the veterans to go into small-scale businesses to aid them in their livelihood. The council chairman also informed the veterans that the council's administration is working out modalities to enroll all the veterans on the council's payroll and that he will engage the leadership leadership of the Federal University of Environmental Technology to see how some of the active veterans can secure jobs in the school.
Some of these things you see them doing is what keeps life. It creates joy in them, because after spending 60 years, 65 years, as the case may be, serving the nation, and you are back, and you don't have activity to put you together and make you remember what you used to do when you were active in service. It has a lot of impact on our life, and it makes some people go down early. But once we gather like this and do things together, it creates hope for them.
Okpe used the occasion to call on other stakeholders to support veterans for their selfless services to provide security in the country.
You all know, the other day when we were in they are celebrating our end of year, you saw some young ones who came out from training. They came on a few days visit. They were on attire. It was courtesy my support that took them there. You also saw another 25 of them that have paraded them in that hall there. I've given them money. They have posted all of them. Some have been sent to Kano, some have been sent to Lagos, some have also been sent to the east. We are hoping that by His grace, they will all return back victorious. And that will add to the number of thy sons and daughters that will be in the armed force.
Chairman of the Legionnaires Thai chapter, Michael Ngoka, commended the council chairman Mbakpone Okpe for celebrating them and assured him of their cooperation and partnership to safeguard lives and property in the area. He appealed to the council authority to always involve them in the scheme of things in the council.
Our action today will definitely inspire those active in the field and those who will volunteer to defend us in future. Sir, we the Legionnaires humbly request for you the following: an office of liaison officer to enhance effective communication between the council and the region, encouragement of our youth during recruitment into the 3 service of the armed forces and paramilitary.
Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
In continuation of its provision of quality healthcare services to Rivers people, the Rivers State Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the State Primary Healthcare Management Board, has presented the revitalized Primary Healthcare Center to the community leadership of Bunduama in Port Harcourt City local government area to tackle health challenges of the people. Melvin Jackson reports that the facility is furnished with standard healthcare equipment that could stand the test of time.
Speaking at the presentation ceremony, Rivers State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Professor Justina Jumbo, charged residents of Bundama to be proactive in keeping the health facility secured and protected from vandals and criminals. She added that keeping it safe is for their benefit and to save them time and money from going through stress to access healthcare services elsewhere.
The community should own this facility, be involved, be the security, because there are places where before you know it, the facility is vandalized, everything is scattered away and all that. If you see any ulterior movement going around here, report. You should be vigilant enough to know when things are going wrong here.
Presenting the revitalized healthcare outfit to the people of Bundama, Chairman, Rivers State Primary Healthcare Management Board, Dr. Dawari George, noted that lack of maintenance is a major challenge that affects government properties and enjoined the community, local government council and staff of the facility not to allow it to deteriorate.
You know how much government continues to lose in this, how much the community continues to lose by these projects not being kept in a way that is sustainable and continues to service the needs of the people. And so while we do our part as a board to continue to ensure that these facilities are maintained, we expect the community also to join in participation. And so we expect that the community will not see it as a facility owned by just Rivers State government, but a facility owned by them. In other words, we expect that you will be the caretakers of this facility.
Executive Secretary of the board, Dr. Shitro Adele, in his opening speech, thanked both the Ministry of Health, Port Harcourt City Local Government Council, and other collaborators for their joint intervention in putting up befitting structure and health facility for the health benefit of the people.
This program we are here today is a culmination of a few months ago when we were doing familiarization tours. I specifically picked health centers that were in highly populated areas with a large community that will make the most impact for the people, and Bundu was one of them. But when I got here, I was so disappointed. It was the same story all over the place. The whole premises looked dilapidated. The wards and the furniture and equipment on the inside were even worse than the outside.
Community head of Bundama, Womet Igoniwo Amango, UNICEF representative Belemokumo Shegun Bagabo, and Port Harcourt City Local Government Council Chairman Allwell Ihunda commended the board for the kind gesture and promised to support the protection of the facility to serve its purpose. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Rivers State is the treasure bears of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. Remember, you can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at RSTV Online. You can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Ahead on the news. UN wants food aid in Sudan could run out by end of March. These and more after the break. Stay tuned.
This is RSTV World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. RSTV, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're welcome back. The 3-day fasting and prayer program organized for staff of the Rivers State Television came to its climax with a charge to staff to shun all attitudes of impending excellence and productivity in the discharge of their duties. Acting General Manager Paul Dambo, who stated this, also introduced a monthly prayer and fasting meeting every first Monday of the month to enable staff pray for the state and federal governments as well as the prosperity of Rivers State Television. Namdi Olimini has more.
Mr. Dambo, who also delivered a message on the importance and benefit of fasting and prayers, explained that the exercise will provide speedy answers and solutions to the challenges of the station, engaging positive attitude towards work, break demonic resistance, and usher in positive transformations. He expressed optimism that things will change for the better and Rivers State Television will regain its lost glory, while urging all staff to remain committed and take their work seriously to justify their salary. According to the AGM, mantra of the station is now RSTV poised to make the difference. Mr. Dambo said under his watch there will be no harassment and witch hunting of any staff, while the welfare of workers will be given utmost priority. The acting general manager expressed appreciation to members of management and staff for ensuring the success of the fasting and prayer program.
Don't be afraid of anybody. Nobody is going to witch hunt you under my own watch, by the grace of God. But let's try and review and see how we can make this place better by being committed to work, by doing what we ought to do at the right time, and also obey leadership.
Also speaking, the guest minister Reverend Josiah Abayim, who is the general overseer of Grandeur Bible Church, described the fasting and prayer program as symbolic of a new dawn and prayed for divine intervention in enhancing the progress of the station.
I encourage all the workers here, and they should love themselves, work as a team, work as a family, and they see themselves as one in helping each other. They'll be able to do more than what they're doing in this place, and progress will be recorded. And when there is progress here, their individual lives as well will witness progress.
In an interview, the Director of Finance and Accounts, Rivers State Television, Dr. Margaret Adebisi, and other staff of RSTV commended the Acting General Manager for organizing the prayer meeting, describing it as a good way to start and appeal to staff to support him to succeed.
Knowing that we can start first with God is one of the most important things that will enhance success for any business, any corporation. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all else will be added. So it means that if we put God first, success is sure to follow.
I'm very, very happy about him. I pray that it will continue like this And I'm sure that the government, through our prayers, will hear us and come to rescue RSTV from the level that we are now. We actually need the government to get into this place and upgrade this place so that things will be fine.
Prophetic declaration, intercessory prayers, and Jericho march around the premises were the highlight of the program. Nnamdi Olimini, RSTV News.
Residents of the Odo Kekere community in Ikorodu area of Lagos State have been thrown into panic following the sudden partial collapse of a structure in a local public school in the area. The incident, which occurred after school hours, has been described as divine intervention. Reports say a section of the school building gave way with a thunderous sound that drew neighbors to the scene. First responders from the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, and the Lagos State Building Control Agency raced to the scene promptly and cordoned off the area for safety purposes. According to reports, the remote cause of the incident and extent of damage were being investigated, while preliminary reports confirmed that students were not in the classrooms at the time of the collapse. Emergency teams are currently conducting search and rescue operation to ensure no security guards or staff members were trapped in the rubble. Meanwhile, high delegation from the State Ministry of Education has visited the scene for the on-the-spot assessment and necessary action. And on the foreign scene, the United Nations has warned that food aid in Sudan is at risk of running out by the end of March, unless urgent new funding is secured, threatening millions in what it already is the world's largest hunger crisis. After nearly 3 years of civil war between Sudan's army and paramilitary rapid support forces, humanitarian conditions have deteriorated sharply, with tens of thousands of people killed and around 11 million displaced by the fighting. The World Food Programme says its food stocks in Sudan are almost exhausted. Director of Emergency Preparedness and Response, Rose Smith, said the agency has already been forced to cut rations to the absolute minimum for survival, and warned that without immediate support, millions could lose access to life-saving assistance within weeks. Famine has been confirmed in El Fasher, the capital of North Darfur, and the Kadugli in neighboring Kordofan, both heavily affected by the fighting. The UN says famine conditions are also